What's up, guys? Today is June the 4th, 2020. I always say that because I truly hope that one day someone will see this video. Hopefully it will be you. And this video will make a difference. That it will be a positive influence to you. So, with that being said, today being the 4th, we're looking at Proverbs number 4, chapter 4. Looking through, this is entitled Father's Instruction. So, I read this one a couple times because a lot of times the things that God kind of reveals to me to share with you come really easy. Today's not so much. But as I read this, it made me think about there was a lady that I would talk with. This has been 4 or 5 years ago probably, at the pool in the mornings at the Y. They did kind of like water aerobics or something. She was an elderly lady. She was very, very sweet lady, and we liked to, always asking me how I was doing and that kind of thing. And we talked quite a bit. And this was one of the things that she said come back to me when I read this right here, and just kind of made me think that maybe this is what he's talking about. So looking at Proverbs chapter 4, looking at verse 14 and 15, 18 and 19. So let's start with verse 14 here, 14 and 15. It says, "Do not enter the path of the wicked, and do not proceed in the ways of evil men. Avoid it. Do not pass by it. Turn away from it and pass on." If you really think about that, what is God trying to say? I mean, yeah, we avoid evil things. I don't know. We'll just say a strip club. Let's just say that, okay? I'm not judging anybody, but we're just going to say a strip club. It says, "Do not enter the path of the wicked, and do not proceed in the ways of evil men. Avoid it. Do not pass by it. Turn away from it and pass on." Now, when I read this, something that lady had told me really makes sense. We all struggle with something. I truly believe that. We all struggle with something. Some of us, as myself, we struggle with more than one thing. One of the things that I truly struggle with is pornography. I hate that. I hate that I struggle with it. I hate that I have to admit that to you, but it's the truth. It's the truth. And one of the things that me and that lady were talking about is when you struggle with something, if you had never seen, never heard, never experienced that sin, it would not have a grip on you. It wouldn't be an addiction. It wouldn't be an addiction because it did not have its grasp, its grip on you. So when I read this scripture, I'm going to read it one more time. Do not enter the path of the wicked. Do not proceed in the ways of evil men. Avoid it. Do not pass by it. Turn away from it and pass on. You know, if I'd have never seen pornography for the first time, I think she's right. It would never affect me. You know, I mentioned a strip club. You know, if people can be addicted to that. Gambling. If you never bought the first lottery ticket. If you never got into playing poker. I don't know what it is for you. It may be cigarettes. You know, some people think that's a sin. I'm not here to judge you, but if you do, and you struggle with that, if that's one of those things that just constantly tugs at you, I know better. You know, I know better than to smoke this cigarette. If you'd have never taken the first puff of that cigarette would never have a hold on you. Now, why am I saying this? I believe that there's going to be other things that are going to have a grip on you in the future, or could have a grasp on me and a grasp on you in the future. Now that I've heard this verse, or read this verse, and you've heard this verse, maybe maybe you will allow the Holy Spirit to talk to you. Or maybe you will allow yourself to listen to the Holy Spirit when it says pass on. Go on, you know, you don't want any part of this. You think you're strong. But God knows us better than we know ourselves. Looking down at verse 18 and 19, it says, now this whole thing has been instructions, a father's instructions. Now the first part, it kind of went along with the Proverbs chapter 3 from yesterday. It was positive things. You know, listen to my teachings and build your understanding and so forth and so on. The second section here, it's more about beware, you know, pass by, avoid, you know, that kind of thing. This is the end of that part, and it says, this is verse 18 and 19. But the path of the righteous is like light of dawn. Let me read that again. But the path of the righteous is like the light of the dawn. You think about it. It's been pitch black all night. And then at the dawn, when the sun starts to come up, it doesn't take long, and it's light. Second part of that is the light of dawn that shines brighter and brighter until the full day. It says, the way of the wicked is like darkness. They do not know over what they stumble. You know, that's one of those things. I do. I struggle. I struggle with pornography. And a lot of times I don't understand why. Now, I may be getting way out in left field, but sometimes I don't understand why. Now, the first part of that right there, that's right. But the path of the righteous is like the light of the dawn that shines brighter and brighter until the full day. I know that I can be that. I know that I can be that because God is inside me. He has filled me with His Holy Spirit. Now, will I listen to that and allow myself to be that light for somebody? Verse 19, the way of the wicked is like darkness. They do not know over what they stumble. You know, some of the evil things that I still struggle with, sometimes I don't even understand why. Why do I still struggle with that? God, you know, you've got me in your hands, and I know that I cannot lose my salvation, but, you know, I've allowed that in my life. God didn't allow that in my life. I decided it, and it allowed it into my life. So it may be a little bit confusing today. It's been a long day. We spent about 5 hours on the road coming back from Atlanta. So, this is important. Covering this stuff is important. There's a lot in Proverbs 4. If you take the time, take the chance and read that this evening, or whatever day you might be watching this. There's a lot there. There's a lot of truth. There's a lot of warning, which is still truth. There's a lot there. But 14 and 15 are really the major part that I wanted you to think about. It's the part that I really thought about. Again, I'm going to read it. Do not enter the path of the wicked, and do not proceed in the ways of evil men. Avoid it. Do not pass by it. Turn away from it. Pass on. Stay away from it. Stay away from it. Don't think that you're strong enough in your faith, or strong enough that you can just, you can pull people out of the pit. Because it's a lot easier for them to pull you down into that pit. So the word says avoid it. So that's what we need to do. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Please comment. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. I'd love to have people share it. I'd love for people to ask questions, because I love talking about this. So may God bless you in a special way today. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.